Welcome to Safe and Sound, sponsored by White Mountain Fire and Life Safety. I am your host, Kirk Webb. Welcome to our show. On today's show, we have some special educational content made for and distributed to school children. During this time of social distancing and limited gatherings, some of the White Mountain local agencies have put together some very informative and creative presentations to extend safety education for our school-age students. Our first lesson is brought to you by one of my favorite people, Mrs. Dousefire.
Well, good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to my house. It's so nice to see you. And since we can't be in person with you, I'm glad you can be able to make it to my home. So, I've got a whole lot of cooking that I need to be doing today. Get rid of this shawl. Yes. This is going to be fun. See if I can tie this, okay? But today, we're going to talk about being safe in the kitchen. And, you know, when we're cooking, one of the biggest things is we got to remember is the stove is very hot, right? And so we got to make sure to stay away from it. And we don't want anything to be on the stove that can catch on fire. We want the handles to stick out on top of the counter because we don't want somebody to grab them and get hurt. Oh, hi, Flicker. How are you?
I'm doing all right, Mrs. D, but my feathers are starting to fringe.
Your feathers are starting to fringe? What's up with that?
Grandma, we're here.
Oh, well, hello, Alice. You know that's not the proper way to take care of your
Grandma, Sarah today at school.
Sarah?
She sat with Jared, and it was a disaster. Oh, and this is my friend Augie.
Well, hello,
Hi.
Augie. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Are you guys... Oh, Alice, should we be messing around the stove? What's the distance that we should stay from a stove?
Walk 3 feet.
That's right, Flicker, because guess what happened to Flicker today, Augie?
Oh, what happened to Flicker?
Flicker singed her feathers. And if you singe your feathers, I bet that makes it pretty hard to fly, doesn't it, Flicker?
Oh, yeah. Are you trying to fly?
Not so good these days.
So you just kind of walk
Well, yeah.
and jump?
And wobble.
So, all right, you know what? I think we have a game.
Oh, do we?
A game?
Do you guys like games?
I love games.
I love
Well,
games.
let's check out our hot and cold game.
Okay.
And I know you guys just came from school, but I'm going to give you a test. You ready? All right, so, is that hot or is that cold?
That's hot.
Oh, that's hot.
Really hot.
And is that something that we should play around?
No.
Campfires, yeah. In fact, our firefighter for the Forest Service, Rex, what does he tell us? How do we properly extinguish a campfire?
With lots of water.
Lots of water. It's
And then
drown,
you have to touch it.
stir,
Oh,
and
yes.
feel. Exactly. You got to make sure that, because if we can't touch it, it's still too hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's see. What's our next picture? Oh,
Oh,
refrigerator, right?
That's cold.
that's
But
cold.
sometimes does the motor work get hot?
It
Do we play with the extension cords or the electric cords? No.
We're not supposed to.
And do we climb in the fridge? That's
Not
not
supposed
safe, is
to.
it? And what else do we got? Let's see, what's our next one? Oh,
That's hot.
hot drinks, coffee, tea, things like
That
that.
spilled on me one time and burnt me.
What do you do for a burn like that? What if it was super serious?
Call 911.
Exactly, and because you want to make sure to get the emergency medical help you need, right?
Yes.
Because if it's all over your body, is that serious?
Yes, that's serious.
And that number? Yes, Augie?
I know how to call 911.
You do?
I sure do.
And who's on the other end of, because do you know who's on the other end of that 911?
Well, actually, I met someone on the other end of that.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, were they awesome?
They were awesome.
Nice. But now, let's say you just have a minor burn, and it's what do?
Put lots of cool water on it.
Lots of cool water, exactly, right.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at our next picture. Oh, that looks like a big TV with a nice, it looks like an Arizona sunset. What do you think?
Sure. We'll call it good.
So, can a TV get hot?
Maybe.
A little bit, right? Should we climb up onto the TV stand?
No.
No, because they could fall off and hurt people, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's our next one? Oh, Olaf, what do you think?
I think he's hot.
Oh, not like, you can't date yet? Not that kind of hot?
Grandma.
Oh, but Olaf is pretty cool, isn't he?
Really cool.
And literally cool, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's like the coldest thing around, because if he gets in the sunshine, he's going to start to
He's gonna melt.
But yeah, so can we get out in the snow and play and have a good time and keep from getting burned?
Yeah.
It's not going to burn us, huh?
Unless the sun. You have to put sunscreen on.
We still got to use sunscreen, absolutely. Good point, Alice, nice. What else do we got? Oh, squawk, flicker, oh my goodness, can't even think straight today. We got a pan on the stove, and I think it's cooking some applesauce. Do you like applesauce?
Oh, yeah, I love applesauce.
So do you think a pan on the stove is hot or cold?
Well, can I stick a feather in it to find out?
No.
What do you think, Augie?
That's how you get burned.
Oh,
I think that's how your feathers got burned earlier.
is that how you got singed?
That might be a possibility.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
being on that stove and getting those feathers singed, that's not a good thing. What else do we? Oh, this one's interesting. Let's talk about this one. What about the table? Is the table hot or cold?
Depends on if there's something on it.
Right? And what's behind it in the chair?
A lamp.
A lamp. What about the lamp? You think it's
It could get hot. The light bulb could get hot.
absolutely? Should we
Yeah.
put stuff over, like my shawl? Should we put my shawl over the top of that lamp?
No.
No, don't put things on there. A lampshade is designed to be on there, and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
And the chair, it's probably cold, huh? Until you sit in it for a while, then it's just kind of warm, right?
Yeah.
All right, and let's see, what else do we got? Oh, we're coming into wintertime. And who likes a nice warm wood? Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Are they comfy and cozy?
Yeah.
But same thing like a kitchen stove. How far should we stay away from that wood stove?
3 feet.
Exactly, 3 feet. Now, my feet might be a little big, so it's kind of easy to say 1, 2, 3. But if you take 3 steps, 3 regular steps, is that going to be 3 feet?
No.
Close enough?
Maybe
Well, you
make
think
it
it-
4 for just safety.
4 to be safe. Oh, I like that. That's a good thinking. All right, so we need to stay away. And who puts wood into the fire? Do the little tiny kids? No, it's
No.
probably not safe, huh? We need to leave that for the grown-ups.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, here's a good picture. We got a picture of an iron. One standing up, and the other one with the hot part laying down. Why has it got the red X on the laying down one?
Because
Should we
it's
leave it like
hot.
that?
No, it
No.
can catch on fire.
Exactly, because even if it's not plugged in, can it still possibly be hot? Because maybe
Yeah.
it just got unplugged, right? So we need to store it properly. Well, I think we need to get back to cooking. Or actually, I think Augie had a song about hot and cold things, didn't you?
I did. I almost forgot about it.
Oh,
Yeah, sing it to my grandma.
Stop. Don't touch. You'll burn your hand on the stove top. When you see the red light, there's your time to stare. Stop and turn and be aware. Stop. Don't touch. You'll burn your hand on the stove top. Yeah.
Nice, awesome.
That was good, Augie.
And if you're going to be getting stuff off of the stove, you need to use an oven mitt, right?
Yeah.
Pulling stuff out of the oven, because that helps keep you from getting burned, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Augie,
Yes, Flicker?
I've just made up my own song. You want to hear it?
Of course.
All right.
right, clear them pipes.
Let's do it.
When mom is cooking in the kitchen, you have to watch out for the stove. Sometimes things stick out and can be dangerous, so be careful where you go. The pots they bubble, the pans they sizzle, and everything smells really good. But keep your hands off or they will burn you, and that would really hurt.
Oh my goodness, that is so awesome. Thank you, Flicker.
Come on, Augie. Bye, Grandma. Mom's here. Oh, I
Oh.
forgot my backpack. Let's go, Augie.
Bye, okay,
Bye, Grandma.
Bye.
Well, thank you, boys and girls. It was so nice having you here with us today while we were talking about fire safety in the kitchen. And I hope that you'll come to our house some other day and we can talk about more safety topics. But always remember that you are important and you can be what you want to be, and always be safe anytime you're around any kind of hot item, especially fires, the stove, and all of that. Be safe and don't get burned. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.
On our next lesson, we'll see students finding things about drugs they do not need. Brenda Willis with Nexus Coalition for Drug Prevention and Shola police officers Butler and Tyra explain the outcomes and ramifications of drugs.
All right, dude, we gotta start finding some loot fast before the storm starts.
Yeah, I think I saw some good stuff over there by Tomato Town as we were gliding down.
Oh, look, it's a treasure chest.
Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Let's go see if there's anything good inside.
Oh, look. It's a shield potion.
Did you slurp it without me?
I'm sorry, but look, there's another one for you.
Thank you
There
for
you go.
saving me one.
Here, look, put them in my pack.
Oh, look, a med kit.
Oh, a med kit, that's nice.
Come on, go put it.
This is all good stuff, but what's this? In all my days of playing, I have never seen anything like that before. Do you think it'll be helpful if we take it?
I've heard of this before from a YouTuber. I think it's called marijuana or something. I heard it can cause health decrease and shield decrease, but worst of all, game lag. I don't think we should take this. We got any chance of winning.
Yikes, yeah, game lag is the worst. We better not take it, especially if we don't know what it can do. Oh, I think I hear some people coming. We better go hide behind the bushes.
Hey look, Pog Dog, some noobs left this in the chest.
I know, they might as well hand us the Victory Royale right now.
Yeah, but what is this? I thought it was vaulted a few seasons ago. Don't remember it.
Same with this. Must be something new.
I don't know, but if we want to get the dub, I say we take it.
Well,
All right.
let's get out of here.
Their game just totally froze. Take the L.
Yeah, if they called us noobs.
Hey, you know, we just watched that skit, and the players, they took some marijuana, and you notice as soon as they put that marijuana and those pipes in their bags, they started to have game lag, and then they froze, and they weren't able to finish their game and actually lost their game, and the other players were able to come in and win the game. So in real life, Officer Butler, if you do marijuana, how is that going to affect your game lag in life?
Exactly, just like we saw in this skit, the game lag affected those players, and it can affect us in life too. It can start lagging our life academically. Typically, the IQ of any marijuana users will drop from 6 to 8 points from other teenagers their age. So it can affect you in your academics, in your memory retention, in your IQ. It can also affect you physically. It can start to delay development. It can delay your reaction time to different things. And those are different lags, if you will, that will happen if someone is using marijuana.
Okay, you talk about IQ points. How many IQ points do you lose?
Around 6 to 8.
6 to 8. That's a lot, especially if you're not a genius. That's a lot of points to lose. So, Officer Tyra, what are some of the risks of youth using marijuana?
Well, the biggest thing that comes to mind is the legal aspect. You know, right now it's currently against the law to use or possess marijuana. So they can be arrested, you know, spend the night in jail. And, you know, then away from the law side of it, you also have other risks of losing family members. You know, I've met many people over my career that lost their entire family because their family didn't want anything to do with them because they were hooked on drugs. So that's, you know, really stay away from marijuana, and you know, it's the biggest risk is, you know, losing your family and going to jail.
So what are some of the risks at school, you see at school? So what happens if a youth gets caught using marijuana?
So if they get caught with marijuana on campus, it's an automatic 180-day suspension.
Okay.
They're gone for 180 days.
Okay.
So, and then trying to get into another school is hard, because then they have to go, you know, the schools communicate to each other. And if you get kicked out of one school, the other school is going to call up, you know, the other school and say, hey, what happened? And they find out you were doing drugs or you're caught with drugs. They don't have to accept you.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, then they could be left of trying to find an online school or something so they can get their education.
Okay. So do you feel like that if youth do marijuana, that it affects them staying in school? Are they more likely to drop out or stay in school? Do you see kids dropping out of school?
You know, generally once they get suspended for a long-term suspension, I don't see them again.
Okay.
So I don't know what really happens to them, you know, after that point.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to say.
So Officer Butler, what are some of the short-term effects of marijuana use?
Yeah, so some of the short-term effects are, now keep in mind that the marijuana that's around today is a lot more potent and stronger than it was, you know, maybe 20 years ago. So you're going to feel the effects a lot more quickly and maybe more severe. But some of those short-term effects rather, can be loss of coordination. You feel delayed. You feel maybe like you're having an outside body experience type of thing, if you will. You can start to have anxiety, and if you take a larger dose, you can actually have panic that can lead to you know, stress and different things like that, paranoia, different things. So,
All right, those are some pretty severe effects. What about long-term effects?
I mean, again, memory. That can affect you forever. You know, if you're high at the time and something happens and you're not going to remember it, so you're missing out on a lot of activities and stuff like that with family and friends that you're not going to remember. And, you know, a friend could, hey, don't you remember that time at the park? No, you know, because that person was high. Some other long-term effects is, you know, if you get arrested, that's going to follow you for the rest of your life. A lot of times, the first time somebody is arrested for marijuana, it's a misdemeanor. After that, it can become a felony. And that felony will stay on your record for your entire life.
Right.
So trying to get a good paying job. So if the person prefers to work at a lower paying job for all their life, you know, you got these people that are doing marijuana and they could get stuck doing those jobs. So a lot of jobs now do background checks, you know, these high-end jobs do background checks, and they won't hire you if they see you have especially a felony.
Okay. What about a gateway drug? Do you think marijuana is a gateway drug?
yeah, absolutely. It can definitely lead down to more trouble in the future and things like that. Typically, we see a lot of people who are unfortunately involved in drugs or trying to recover from drugs. A lot of times it does start with marijuana, or it starts with some sort of event in their life leading to marijuana and so on, so absolutely.
Okay, so that opens a gate up to other drugs.
Absolutely.
So.
Thank you everyone for watching, and remember, if you don't want to lag in the game of life, don't do marijuana.
When the lights go out, some students get a helping hand with the help from Rhonda Krause with Navajo County Emergency Management.
What happened? Where did our show go? What happened? Why is it so dark? Yeah.
Oh, I know. I always have a flashlight.
Oh, good. Somebody's at the door?
Who is it? This is Rhonda with Emergency Management.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Rhonda with Navajo County Emergency Management.
Hi, Rhonda.
Oh, hi, Rhonda.
Good, how are you?
Oh, I was just checking up on you guys since the power went out.
Oh.
We're all good.
Do you guys happen to have a ready kit?
What's a ready kit?
Oh, wait. I think we do. It's right over here.
Oh, awesome. Oh, cool. This is awesome. So you guys are prepared. Let's see what you guys got in this.
Whoa, that's a whole lot of stuff.
It is. So you guys want to make sure you have a blanket, right? Because if the electricity goes out and the power goes out, you might not have heat, right?
Yeah.
Hate the cold. We gotta stay warm.
And sometimes when you don't know when the power goes out, you guys don't have water to your sinks. So you guys got to make sure you have water.
Always.
Good thing to remember.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah. Anything else in here that's important? How about one of these? You guys know what one of these are?
Oh, a fire extinguisher,
That's
right?
very important, right?
Wow.
And this is very important.
Very important.
Very important. Especially in the year 2020.
Especially.
And this is pretty important too. What would this be for?
Can opening.
Good job.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you guys have cats at home?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. That's most important too, because what are your cats gonna eat if something goes?
They gotta have food.
They gotta have food, right?
Yeah.
Good job. And then you have all kinds of snacks, plates, paper towels. Another thing that's important too is some sunscreen.
Oh.
And I seen that you guys had some medications in here, but that's for mom and dad to make sure that you guys do good with this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Looks good. So, you guys get to have some lunch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. So what else do you think should be in your ready kit?
A clock.
A clock?
Or a watch or
A
something.
watch? Yeah, how about medical information? Important phone numbers, mom and dad's, grandma's, your addresses. That's a good idea.
Med kits?
Yes, a first aid kit would be number one.
Medical
Good job.
pamphlets.
Yeah. So good job. You guys did really good.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. Okay. You guys did well. So when mom and dad get home, you can make sure that you tell them that you went through this and everything looked good.
All right.
Well, good job, guys. Proud of you. Navajo County Emergency Management is proud of you guys.
Yay.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, Rhonda. You have a good day too.
See ya.
Our next lesson, we find out about kitchen safety and working around a stove with Kristen Bridges with the Arizona Burn Foundation and Susan Rodriguez with Navajo County Education Department.
Hey everybody, my name is Kristen and I'm with the Arizona Burn Foundation.
And I am Susan and I'm from the Navajo County Schools Department.
And today we want to talk to you about kitchen safety. The kitchen is probably the most dangerous room in your entire house. And this stove or oven is probably the most dangerous thing in your entire house. Susan, do you know why this is so dangerous?
I would think because it gets really hot.
It does get really hot. And you know what happens when something gets really, really hot? It can burn you. So very, very, very important. I want to talk about the safety zone around the oven. So today, when you go home, you have homework. Your homework is to take some duct tape or take some tape and make a circle, a safety zone around your oven. The way that you're going to do that is you're going to stand right in front of it and you're going to walk 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. This right here is how far you should always stay away from the oven. I have this really cool rope here that shows I should always stay this far away from my oven. And the reason for that is because this oven gets really, really hot and it can burn you. It even burns adults when we're not super, super careful. So remember, today when you go home, take some tape and put it down on the floor in that big circle around your oven. And then teach yourself, teach your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, your pets to stay outside of that circle. That is the safety zone. We never, ever, ever want to play with the buttons, play with the knobs, play with any pots or pans, or play with the drawer. Susan, do you have any questions?
I don't, well, you know, sometimes my oven is not hot.
Oh, that's such a good point.
Yeah.
There are things in your house, and especially in your kitchen, that we call sometimes hot. And that means when you're using them, they're hot, and when you're not using them, they're not. Those sometimes hot objects are very, very sneaky, and they can burn you so fast and so easy. So let's just pretend and let's just think about those sometimes hot objects as always hot. So just pretend that the oven is always, always, always hot and never, ever, ever get close to it. Some other objects in your kitchen that are sometimes hot are the dishwasher, the microwave, the toaster. Can you think of any other ones?
You know, sometimes when I wash dishes, my faucet gets really hot.
That's another good one. The water that comes out of the sink, sometimes hot, sometimes not. So remember, let's just think, always hot, always stay away.
Thank you for tuning in to Safe and Sound, sponsored by White Mountain Fire and Life Safety. I'm your host, Kirk Webb, and we'll see you next month.